Open Heavens on the Go, Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Topic: God values your input. Memory verse: Genesis 2:19. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Bible reading: Genesis 18:16-33. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom. And Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him? For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he had spoken of him. And the Lord said, Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went towards Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, Behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, If I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again and said, Peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. And he said unto him, O let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it, if I find 30 there. And he said, Behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. And he said, O let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And the Lord went his way. As soon as he had found communing, he has left communing with Abraham. And Abraham returned unto his place. The message: I have noticed in my work with God that even though He is almighty and omnipotent, He always wants to do things in partnership with His children. Many times, when He wants to do something, He will ask His children to handle a part of it while He does the rest. In today's memory verse, He took the animals He had made to Adam for him to name them, and whatsoever Adam called them became their names. In John 6:5-7, Jesus already knew what he would do, but he still asked the disciples how they could feed over 5,000 people. Eventually, he used the lunch of a little boy that one of his disciples brought to him to feed the crowd. As mighty as God is, He loves to have his children's input in whatever he wants to do. Unfortunately, however, not many of them are intimate enough with God for him to ask for their input. In Ezekiel 37 1 to 10, God took a man to a valley full of dry bones and asked him if the bones could live. When a Christian begins to take his or her relationship with God more seriously, the fellow will not only hear from God, but he or she will also start having intimate discussions with him. Anybody can hear from God, but only a few discuss with him, and very few become intimate with him enough for God to ask them, "My son, what do you think we should do in this situation?" In today's Bible reading, we see that Abraham was so intimate with God that God could not hide his intention to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah from him. If you want God to regularly ask for your input in the things that he wants to do, you must be very intimate with him. You must become so close to him that he will say, "I cannot hide what I'm about to do from my friend." It is not enough to only attend church regularly. There is much more to God than you can get by just spending 2 or 3 hours in a church service. To be intimate with God, you need to spend time with him in prayers and read his word daily. When you spend time with him daily, not only will you get to know more of him, but he will also request your input on some of the matters that are dearest to him. Reflection. Can God seek your input in whatever he wants to do? Bible reading in 1 year. Acts 16 to 17. Hymn for today. What a friend we have in Jesus. The Open Heavens is written by Pastor E.A. Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. God bless you.